Completely inhale and completely exhale. While exhaling, one long chant Om and then Gayatri Mahamantra. भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Now slowly rub your both hands together, apply it on your face, and slowly open your eyes. So, what were we discussing? We were discussing about
Sankhya
six.
and yoga.
Yeah, we have completed Sankhya and Yoga. One of the two of the Indian philosophies. Among the Shad Darshnas, we have completed two. We'll be completing other four today. So I just asked a small question in previous class. Did anyone remember it? Regarding Kaivalya.
How many times the word Cavalry has come in the which
That's
shlok sutras
yeah,
which
sutra
sutras it has
related
come.
to Kaivalya. Yes. So can anyone tell? At least try to search about it. In the previous class, someone was telling me already, like five places or so. I don't know who is that. So be ready. I'll be asking it. I was just asked in the previous class that from yoga philosophy, from the Yoga Darshan, from the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there is a chapter called Kaivalyapad in that is fourth chapter, right? So I just asked that other than in this Kaivalyapada chapter, there were definitions or sutras related to Kaivalya in other chapters. So I just asked in total where at what places that Kaivalya related sutras have been discussed in that whole text. So I just asked that question to find out how many times or what are the sutras related to Kaivalya. Someone Shreya asked to repeat the question. This is a question. So I'm just hoping that you people have tried it. We'll discuss it at the end. Okay. So so we have completed Sankhya and Yoga philosophy. The third sister philosophies are second type of sister philosophies are Nyaya and Vaisheshik. They are similarly written philosophies. Some similarities were there, even though they will be discussing in a different way regarding moksha, regarding their pramana, regarding Jnana Mimamsa, regarding metaphysics, but still some of the similarities are there between those. Like how Sankhya and Yoga are like Sankhya is giving the theoretical information about the universe, for that practical things, tools and techniques were being given in the Yoga Shastra. So there both were called as very popularly called as sister philosophies among all philosophies. So generally coupled together, Nyaya and Vaisheshika, they are set in a set. If you just divide six philosophies in couples, Nyaya and Vaisheshika come in one couple. So here this is also called Praman Shastra, like related to evidence related shastra it is. So it always speaks about evidence related things, something justice related thing. So Nyaya, the word itself says. So this is also called Praman Shastra, and meaning that like process by which mind concludes this is this. Other names are it is also called Praman Shastra. It is also called Hetu Vidya, means a reason. Hetu is the reason you definition of Hetu is reason, you have read in Patanjali Yoga Sutra also. It is a cause of something. So to know the reason, to know the cause of something or someone, that is Hetu Vidya. What is the reason behind something to happen like that? So that's why it is called, as this Nyaya philosophy completely based on logics, reasonings, and all. That's why it is also called as Hetu Vidya, or it is also called as science of intelligence. Here there are two types of divisions were there: Prachin Nyaya and Navya Nyaya. So some ancient Nyaya is also there, and two divisions are there. That is, one is Prachin Nyaya and second one is Navya Nyaya. Just it's enough if you know the names here. They are all very depthly studied. If you pick up this Prachin Nyaya, it will take more time. Even regarding Navya Nyaya also there are. Please mute yourself if someone's mic is on. So the divisions are there like this: Prachin Nyaya and Navya Nyaya. Regarding Jnana Mimamsa, like I said, Jnana Mimamsa or Praman Mimamsa is that which actually give the real knowledge, like how that philosophy has been developed, from where that actual knowledge can be obtained or attained by persons. So that according to this, there are two forms of knowledge. That is, one is Prama and another one is Aprama. Prama is true knowledge, which actual the real knowledge that is to be acquired, that is to be known, that is called Brahma. That is, the true knowledge is called as Brahma according to this philosophy. Aprama is that unrealistic knowledge which is not true, which is false, which is yadard, and yadard gyan is Brahma, and opposite to that is Aprama. So here it is saying that knowledge is a special quality of the soul. According to this Nyaya philosophy, the knowledge, the jnana that is to be attained is a special quality of Atma. So for soul, it is a special quality, and it is also said like how you see objects through lamp. So through knowledge, one can see the subjects. So knowledge illuminates its subjects. So if you have the knowledge, if you have that jnana, like if you have a lightening in yourself, you will be seeing something. Like how in a dark we can't see anything, we can't see because of the avidya, because of the ignorance, we are not able to see the things as it is. It has to be seen or it has to be perceived. So if that true knowledge comes in us, it will be helping us to get enlightened with the true knowledge, helping us to see the subjects in a real way. So seeing the things in a real way, or perceiving the true knowledge, is called Brahma, and the unrealistic things, the Maya related things, are Aprama. So under these three things will come. Why? Uh, Samshay, Vipari, and Tark. So to know the knowledge related things, if your logic is right, if your logic is going in a true way, you will be perceiving the knowledge in a right way. And if Viparya related things, Viparya, a word you have read in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, that is under vrittis, right? Second vritti, Praman, Vipari, Vikalp, Smriti, and Nidra Smriti. These are the five vrittis that comes under there. So if that Viparya thing is there, like how that false knowledge is being taken under of, so in the same way the knowledge will be either of. If you just, if you know that okay, this is not the right way to acquire the knowledge, if you have that conscience, you will be acting accordingly. Otherwise you will be just thinking that as if by seeing rope you are considering it as a snake is present. So in that way, in a false way, if you are perceiving the knowledge, so based on your knowledge, based on your inner conscience, if you are out of the ignorance, out of the avidya related things, these doubt, viparya, tarka, they'll be helping you to perceive the knowledge in a true form. Otherwise the unrealistic knowledge you will be gaining. So these things, they'll be working in either way. They can work in a positive way and help you to acquire true knowledge, or if you are already covered with the maya and ignorance or avidya related things, same things will be working in acquiring the unrealistic knowledge also. under that only, to acquire the knowledge, to acquire the knowledge in a true way, or means to acquire that knowledge, means to acquire the evidences that are being present in the world. The some types of pramanas are there through which one can attain the knowledge. So this is also a concept comes under Gnan Mimamsa only. So according to Nyaya Darshan, according to Nyaya philosophy, there are four types of pramana. There are four types of evidences to acquire the knowledge. One is direct evidence, that is Pratyaksha Praman. Second one is through inference, that is Anumana Praman. Third one is Upamana Praman, comparison, and Shabd, through words, through scriptural words, through actual word related evidences are there. So what exactly this pratyaksha pramana means, direct evidence means, like the knowledge which is arising from the through your sense organs, through your senses. Because of the interaction of the senses, you are getting some meaning which is not based on any language, and which is not just you are perceiving something through your senses. Through that some knowledge is coming without any confusion, without any uncertainty. It is just direct. So here also there are two types of perceptions: cosmic perception and supernatural direct perception. That is logic. When your contact, when your knowledge senses are in direct contact with that, when the senses come in contact with that particular object, when then if knowledge is attained, that is called Lokika. And to the knower comes to know about the object without contact of the senses, without the contact senses also, without your actually seeing or without actually hearing, still you are getting some perceptions. That is alaukika pratyaksha. And laukika pratyaksha is that when your senses are coming in real contact with that particular object. So in that way there are two types of pratyaksha pramana, through that is through direct evidence. One is getting knowledge, that is called pratyaksh praman. Like when your senses are coming in contact with that particular object, if then if the knowledge is being attained, that is called pratyaksh praman. Second one is anumana praman, that is inference proof. Here it is saying that it is according to Maharshi Gautam. Maharshi Gautam is the author or pioneer of this particular Nyaya philosophy. So he was saying that according to him, it is called Tattva Purvakam. That is because of some previous knowledge that is been there in yourself. Through that you are just inferring something, you are just perceiving something based on the previous knowledge. You are just acquiring the new knowledge, that is called, you're just inferring. You don't know whether it is true or wrong, what is what is not, but just you're just try to pick up that word or pick up that object in your senses, in your mind, through the previous knowledge that has been present with you. So that's why it is called inference. Through inference you are acquiring here. So second is anumana praman. Here also there are two types of anumanas are there: swartha anuman, selfish inference, or altruistic, that is parartha anuman. So here in first one it is called a person himself uses this inference to gain knowledge. like like by himself he is just inferring to gain something. He is just inferring something. So that is when we see the smoke rising in a distant mountain, we think that there must be a fire on the mountain, because wherever there is smoke we'll feel that there is fire. Like in the kitchen, if there is fire over there, if there is smoke over there, we'll be just thinking, okay, fire has been burnt off. In the same way, it is like it is for self satisfaction, okay, self agreement. We are just self, for our self knowledge, for our self, uh, to make ourselves convinced, we just think in that way. In the say, taking the same example, if you are just convincing, you are trying to convince others and you are trying to prove others by those, with those inferences that are, with those indications that are being present in the environment, if you are just trying to convince others, it will become parardharma. You are asking others to accept that particular inference there. So example will be the same, like there is a fire in the mountain because there is smoke. Here you have seen the fire over the mountain because you are just telling there is a there should be a fire in the mountain because there is smoke over there. So from that, from those two sentences we'll just give a conclusion that wherever there is smoke there is fire. So there is fire, and again coming to that, there is a smoke in the mountain, that's why there is a fire in the mountain. So vice versa, like At finally we are just making the things, we are just inferring something, and we are just trying to give a statement over that through seeing something over there and making other resolutions from it. So inferring something through from our previous judgment or from our previous knowledge, that is called inference proof or inference evidence or anuman praman. Third one is upaman praman. It is by through some analogy, through some logic, we'll be acquiring knowledge. Like sub, these are all the famous examples you already might have came across over these. These are the classical examples to explain these particular evidences here. Suppose whenever we see, we never seen a Nil guy in real. If you just think that we never see a Nil guy, but we know that it is a creature, something like cow like creature living in the forest. But so some whenever if you see a cow like creature, we don't know whether it is nilgai or no, how that nilgai actually looks at all. We don't know because we never saw it. Nowadays, okay, if you don't know also, if you google it, you'll be getting the pictures. But these are the examples created in the ancient times. So there, without actual direct evidences and all, without actually seeing them in the true world, till then people not used to not to know what exactly that particular creature means. But they used to infer it in this way, that it is just a cow like structure or cow like creature living in the forest. So if someone has went to the forest and saw a cow like creature in the forest, then they'll be coming to know that this should be a nilgai. So through some logic, through some analogy, we have just created, we have acquired the knowledge. So that is called upman praman. That is based on the analogy, we have acquired the knowledge, we have attained some knowledge, something new, right? And the fourth one, last praman, is shabda praman. So it is called aptopash aptopadeshah shabda, means teachings of scholarly personalities are proofs of words. Like how the ancient days scholarly personalities have written some different scriptures which we were reading present, like whatever it is, the upanishads or vedas or whatever the epics texts were there, ancient literature is there, they are all written or compiled by a scholarly personalities. So according to this pramana, they are the proofs of the words. So it is already said Vedic word proof is a proof presented by the Vedas. So in the Indian tradition, Vedic words are considered completely reliable and sacred. They are considered as a reliable and sacred because they are the words of God. So according to Nyaya philosophy, this is one of the way, or this is one of the evidence, this is one of the proof to acquire the knowledge at the end. So like in four ways: first through our direct perception, and second inferring something based on the previous knowledge, that is anumana. Third one is through some based on some analogy, based on some logic, we are just getting into the conclusion and finally, that is upmana. And fourth one is shabd praman, through words given by scholarly personalities in the scriptures and texts. From those things, if someone is acquiring the knowledge, true knowledge and real knowledge and right knowledge, that is called shabda praman. Like that, in this way, there are four types of pramana according to this Nyaya philosophy. Other than this, there were elements related things were also there, but according to this Nyaya philosophy, regarding this Jnan Mimamsa is more important. Questions were more from this, like how many pramanas according to Nyaya philosophy. So there will be four. You have to remember the four names of it. Anuman, first one is Pratyaksh, Anuman, Upaman, and Shabd. And regarding concept of salvation, how this Nyaya philosophy is explaining about the concept of salvation here, like how in Buddhism it is called nirvana, in yoga philosophy it is called kaivalya. In the same way here, according to Nyaya philosophy, it is called upwork. So you should remember the words, exactly which philosophy is explaining the salvation in what way, what that particular philosophy is calling of. So upvarga is related to this Nyaya philosophy, and nishreyas and upwork, these are the two words used for salvation here. So from the first chapter, first some sub chapter is there, and then 22nd verse, it has been said that renunciation of extreme evils, whatever the extreme evils that were been present within ourselves or within a person, getting a feeling of viragi, completely getting renunciated from that, getting completely getting abandoned from that evil extreme evils is called moksha according to Nyaya philosophy. So free state is nothing but passive peaceful state of the soul where it attains its disorder free natural purity without any disorder. Even there is no place for knowledge, joy, happiness, sadness, resolution. Nothing will be there. It is like empty void state. Nothing. It is a state where there is neither joy, there was nor sadness, neither happiness nor sorrow, neither knowledge, nothing will be there. It is just samya avastha, at the end passive peaceful state of the soul, that is called liberation according to Nyaya philosophy. So next, the other one is Vaisheshika philosophy. Here it is why this philosophy is called Vaisheshika, because this philosophy is completely will be explaining about different substances here. So it is because of considering vishesh, this vishesha as a substance. It is called, it has said this vishesh means something specific, something unique. This vishesh, because of considering this vishesha as a substance, as a dravya, it is called Vaisheshika philosophy. Or one more reason why it is called Vaisheshika, because of the importance given to the expert of substance, as it is completely explaining or completely based on substances related philosophy, like from how universe has originated from. It says that atomic theory related things, like from small atom, so and so, like this whole world has originated. If you just go in depth into this philosophy, you'll be understanding this, what this sentence exactly means. So this philosophy has given more important to the substance related things. So that's why it is called Vaisheshika. And because it is different from philosophies like Sankhya and all, that's why it, for that reason also, it is called Vaisheshika. This philosophy is completely different. It does not explain about Prakriti, Purush, anything about Mahat, intellect things, nothing like that. It just, not even Satkarivad, whatever the previously things we have just read, it does not explain things like Sankhya and all number related things. So because of these three things, it is called Vaisheshika philosophy. And other name for this philosophy is called Aulukya Darshan. It is also called Aulukya Darshan. There were three commentaries available on this particular Vaisheshika philosophy. One is Padarth Dharma Sangra, Kiranavali, and Nyaya Kandali. These are the three commentaries that were being available based for this Vaisheshika philosophy. If someone wants to read this Vaisheshika philosophy, they can read these, either of these three commentaries, to understand more in detail. And other than that, author of this philosophy is Maharshi Kanad. So you have to be very thorough with the author names. Sorry, author names also. Vaisheshika philosophy author is Maharshi Kanad. So for, as I said, this whole philosophy work on the different substances related things. It explains about, it gives vast knowledge related substance. So these are the metaphysics according, these are the elements through which one can attain the knowledge. These are the elements which are actually responsible for the world to get originated. So what are the different substances according to Vaisheshik philosophy? If a questions are there, like how many substances are being explained in Vaisheshika philosophy, like according to this philosophy, seven are the main substances that were being explained. You have to know the names also: dravya, gun, karma, samanya, vishesh, samvay, and abhav. Dravya is a substance, quality is guna, karma, like what are the different types of actions related to that particular substance, and samanya, some general qualities will be there, vishesh, some specific qualities will be there, and samvaya related combination, some combination related things will be there within substance, and above, some lack of something will be present in that particular substance. So in this way, seven types of substances have been explained. how clothes has been made up of fiber. So if the fiber gets destroyed, the cloth also gets destroyed. So in the same way, fiber is actually the constant cause of the cloth. So that constant cause is called samvai karana. So if something is present, then only that other thing is present. If something is destroyed, then the other thing also destroyed. Like how here.
Ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Ma'am, you were not audible for some
O-
time.
okay, okay. So till what time you have heard? Because I don't know, like I got.
The seven parts you were saying.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Now you can see.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So just now it got connected. Okay. So these are the seven. I was been saying that under this philosophy, under this metaphysics things, there are seven substances that we have to read from this Vaisheshika philosophy. That is first dravya, second one is guna, third one is karm, saman, vishesh, samvai, and abhav. So these are the seven different substances that were being explaining in this particular Vaisheshika philosophy. So for everything to be present, these are the seven particular things to be there in that particular object. So guna is qualities, karma related to actions or some action related things, like in what way that particular thing is working. So some a combination samanya, some general qualities will be there in that particular substance, or some specific qualities will be there in that. That is called vishesh, and samvai is called abhav. So these are the seven substances that were being explained in this particular
Ma'am, again you're not audible.
am I audible? వైఫై వర్క్ చేస్తున్నా లేదు చూడు. అవునండి. ఆయ్, అదే పోనీలెండి, మళ్ళీ ఇంకో హాస్పిటల్కి వెళ్ళారు. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know from where it got disconnected automatically. Even network is good. No, there is no issue also. Okay, if something happens, just text me at least in the group also. Wait, I'll join from the mobile also. Take it. Give me a minute.
Recording.
Join from the mobile also. If something happens, I'll be knowing. Okay, I'll share this. So I was just explaining this. Okay. Regarding like first type of substance, that is dravya. You're not getting any echo, right?
No, ma'am. It's
Oh,
audible.
okay, okay, thank you. So I was just telling that in every substance, in every dravya, that is a there is a quality called samvai karna. That is to exist something in real, something should be there. Some constant cause should be there. If that constant cause is present, then only that particular object is able to present over there. Like how cloth, from cloth a fiber is made. If fiber gets destroyed, the cloth also get destroyed. So in the same here it is saying that fiber is a constant cause. So because of that particular fiber, that particular cloth is present. So this is called samvai karna. This is a specific or particular quality that is present in every dravya. That every in every substance, this particular quality is there. So here dravya is called matter, which is actually is the basis for properties. For every matter, there will be some qualities, some properties from features will be there. So to present having those properties is called as matter over there. So for present matter, there is a particular basis over there and action. So for every matter there is a there are properties with it, that is there are some features with it consisting with it, and also some action is there. So and is the homogeneous cause of its component.
Ma'am, your voice is a bit low.
It's happening today. Okay. So types of matter coming, there are different types of matter, mainly nine different types of matter according to this philosophy. That is earth, prithvi, jal, water, fast, air, sky, and period, that is kal, direction, soul, atma, and mind. So man. So these are the nine types of matter from under this dravya for under first substance of philo- metaphysics. Under the first substance of Vaisheshika philosophy, there are nine types of matters. So property, what exactly the property? No substance remains independent. It is always associated with the substance. So to exist something here, to exist some substance here, it will always be associating with the other subject. Without the presence of that, you're not, that particular substance is not present here. So characteristics with which it is associated, so whatever the characteristics that are being present in that particular substance, or whatever the features that are being present in that particular substance, they are called they are called properties of that particular substance. So here these are the nine types of matter that are being present. These are the, you have to remember like how seven types of substances are there in dravya itself. There are nine types of dravyas, there are nine types of matter. So those nine types are these, right? And coming to the next one, karma. So for every uh, if you take this particular water, or this particular, if you take soul, or if you take direction, if you take each and every particular dravya into it, it will be having some projection towards some
मैम स्लाइड
actions are
नहीं
there,
दिख रही।
some
मैम फिर से स्लाइड नहीं दिख रही है।
एक minute. Like I am not getting. out of it, but I don't know.
Ma'am, it is showing on screen when your screen is not sharing, then again you become host and it says like similar damage host now.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've connected from, I don't know what's happening. My laptop it is getting. Now I'll share the screen. Yes.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay, now you can see the screen. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
see the screen, but
Okay, okay.
not
Sorry for
your
the.
PPT.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Screen is visible, right? I'm sharing. Sorry for the interruption. So now you can see the screen, right?
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, okay. For every, I was just telling that for every substance to be present, for in every substance, there are some qualities, there are some properties with it, and they, in the same way, it will be having some functions with it. It will be having some peculiar peculiar things consisting in it. That is called karma here. So if you take here, it can flow in any direction. It can go in any direction. If even though if you can't see it, it will be having some projections from it. That is, it will be that projection here. It is called going up, or it will be having some direction towards going down, or that particular substance will be having a quality called to shrink or to spread, to walk. Like these are the different aspects that are been coming under karma. Under karma, these are the different qualities, these are the different characteristics that are being present in that particular substance over there. So utkshepan, avakshepan, akunchan, prasaran, gamanan. So these are the some Sanskrit terms that were being to be, if you remember, if you can remember these things in this way, it is okay. Otherwise, projection, precipitation, or contraction, broadcast, walking. So these are the different characteristics that are being present in the form of karma in every substance. And also the third one is samanya, some general qualities, some general characteristics will be present. So you can see many substances from your naked eye. Many substances are visible to our naked eye. In the same way, there are many microscopic substances which we can't see with our naked eye, right? Among these innumerable substances, some are completely different from each other, some will appear very similar to each other. So that similarity between substances, that substances which have the similar qualities with them, they are all come under the general category. That is called, they are all come under the quality of samanya. And after that, some substance will be like a special substance. Vishesh is special thing. So special substances are those that actually separates one atom from the other. So if you just take a molecule, or if you can take a molecular name over there, that H2O, if you take water, it has the atoms over it, right? Hydrogen and oxygen atoms, H2O. That is that formula, and that atom is completely different from other atom. Even though if you have some knowledge in chemistry, even though the structure is same, their names will be different or their behavior will be different. So that which is actually making that particular substance to be different, even though consisting of some similar characteristics like isotopes, isotones, like this concept will be there. Even though their structure is same, their functions may be functional differentiation may be there, or functional similarities will be there, structurally they are different. So this, that specificity is called vishesh here. That special, that is called special according to this Vaisheshika philosophy. And the other one is samvai, that is combination. Like some combinations will be there. Like while you are writing, you are writing with something on something. So that with something is you are writing with holding your pen in the hand and writing on the paper. That pen and paper relation is to that particular moment till the time you write over there. Or similarly, a boat is moving on a water. That is, till the time it moves, that water and boat has some relation with that momentary relation is there. But in some substances like fiber and cloth, which we have seen in the first example, like some Y current, some constant cause will be there to present that particular thing. So if this fiber and cloth is completely permanent, a constant relation is there between these two. If one destroys, the other won't be there. So in the same way, the soil and pot, from the soil only that pot is present. So they are permanent. Like this, different combinations are there, whether they are permanent or whether they are that relation between those two things are permanent or momentary or temporary or permanent, but some combinations are there in each and every between two or three substances at all the time that combinations are present. So in this way, the substances are being explained. And the last one is above. That is called in some particular thing, some type of quality is not present. Some substances will be lacking some particular, some specific qualities in them. Like in moon, you can never imagine of heat because of heat won't be there in moon. Or if you just take a fire, liquid won't, quality of liquidity is not present in fire at any time. In the same way, quality of heat is not present in any time in moon. So these two things, like in this way, many different things are there. All such things will come under the lack of substance. Something will be lacking in that particular substance. If you take any substance, some particular quality won't be present in that particular substance, so that is called above. In this way, the seven substances have been explained here. And after that, concept of salvation. So regarding salvation, this Vaisheshika philosophy says that which leads to prosperity and nishreyas is dharma. So through dharma, one is actually salvation according to this philosophy is following the state of dharma through prosperity and nishreyas. If one is able to reach that salvation, that is dharma. So state of salvation here it is saying that it is a permanent separation of the soul from the body. From the body, it is that soul is getting permanently separated and getting freed from the life of cycle of birth and death forever. Two things. Soul is getting free from the body means completely that cycle of birth and death that is getting freed of. And this is the state of Nath that is completely with all kind. It is not about, it does not have any kind of sorrows that has been remained over there. There won't be any sorrows there. That is called Vaisheshika calls it here, like how Nyaya did not call it as a any joyful happiness, sad, sorrow. It is a state of passive, peaceful state. But here, Vaisheshika calls this state of salvation as a state without joy. Similarly, here it is also saying that it is a state without joy. So salvation is actually state without joy. So so it is a state without any joy. It is a state, it is a void state, it is a equilibrium state where neither joy nor sorrow, nothing will be there. And means to attain this salvation are there are four things that through which one can attain salvation according to Vaisheshika philosophy. That is Tattvagyan, through Shraddha, through Nishkam Karma. Tattvagyan is getting the knowledge of whatever the elements we have discussed here. If one is having correct knowledge and true knowledge regarding these all these elements, through that one can attain salvation. Through unshakable faith, one can attain salvation. To Nishkam Karma, without any expectation, without any attachment, if one is doing with the feel that it is just by the grace of God and completely surrendering to the Almighty, if one is doing karma without any expectation in back. Through through that one can attain salvation and Ishwariya Kripa through divine grace. Through these four things, one can attain salvation at the end, according to Vaisheshika philosophy. So, coming to the next philosophy, Mimamsa philosophy. This is also called Purva Mimamsa. The other one, the sixth one, is called Vedanta or Uttar Mimamsa. So, this Mimamsa is Purva Mimamsa. The other one is Uttar Mimamsa, or it is also called as.
Again, sorry to
Slide is not
you,
visible.
but your screen is not visible.
Okay. So the other philosophies, Mimamsa philosophy, uh, the author or pioneer of this philosophy is sage Gemini. So it not only accepts the Veda, but it also accepts all. If that Veda is there, then only this particular philosophy can explain its philosophical things. So it's completely depending on Veda only. So it's both way. It's not just following the Veda. It's just completely dependent on Veda itself. So that's why it is called Pur Mimamsa. The other one is Uttar Mimamsa, that is Vedanta. It is the end part of Vedas. You can think the previous sections, previous knowledge that is being present within the first parts of Veda is completely the descriptions of Pur Mimamsa. So for this, like how we have read in Nyaya and Vaisheshika, there are different Praman Mimamsas are there. So here also there are five types of Praman Mimamsa through which one can attain the knowledge. It is like Pratyaksha, it is same like how we discussed in Nyaya philosophy. Through direct contact of sense organs, we are getting knowledge for the regarding objects, that is called direct or Pratyaksh Praman. Or second one is inference through Anuman Praman. And third one is through words, through Shabda. And Upmana is the through comparing something with something, then you are getting knowledge, that is called upmana. And fifth one is arthapatti, that is here like to get the knowledge over there, like such a proof in which for the explanation of any perception, it is necessary to imagine some other thing. So because by imagining some other thing over there, then only if you can attain the knowledge of that particular object, that is called arthapati, interpreting over there. Okay, because of these things are happening, interpreting or analyzing something. So by imagining something over there, by perceiving some necessary things, through that that particular knowledge is been attained. So in the absence of which that existence can't be seen, because of this particular thing present over in this particular object, because of that we are able to sense that particular thing within us, that is called arthapatti praman. Like how, see, there is an example here. Like Devdat does not eat food during the daytime, but still he is fat because there should be something present over there. Some he might have been eating food in any other time of a day or night or somewhere itself. Then only because this quality is already present in that. Wait again. You are able to see the screen, right? Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
No, ma'am.
Oh my God. What's happening today? I don't know what's the issue. So here it is being said that Devdutt is fat, but he is not eating food during day. This fatness is the constant quality over there. He's fat or he's obese, but he's not eating at the daytime. Here you have here if you interpret that he should eat on the other day of the time or the other time of the day, because of which that obesity is present in him. So that is like then it is important to understand how Devdutt is fat. If he's not eating during day, how will be his fat? Then we will imagine that, like we can imagine that automatically he should be eating at night. So imagining from one statement, if you are finding in the inference, if you are getting into the conclusion by imagining something else with that particular sentence to get into the proper conclusion, that is called arthavati. So here they did not say at what time he is eating or eating or not eating. They just said he's not eating during day, but still he's fat. So to know how he's fat, we just imagine that he might be eating food at night itself. So coming to the conclusion in this way, that is called arthapatti. So here there are different types of karmas that are being explained in this particular Mimamsa. Like in Vedas, there are two sections, right? One is Gnan Kanda and one is Karma Kanda. So, Gnan Kanda related things will be with Upanishads. Like in the next philosophy, the philosophy Gnana related things will be explained. That is Uttar Mimamsa. That is Purv Mimamsa. Here, karma related things will be explained more in this philosophy. Starting with Nitya Karma, whatever the daily work you do. Naimittik karma or those karmas like on specific occasions we'll be doing, or like birth ceremony or many anniversaries, death, etc. Whatever the different ceremonies that we perform at particular occasions, that is naimittik karma. And kamya karma, for to attain some to a they are being done in a special purposes, like in expectation of something, in desiring something to fulfill something which we want. For that particular, if we do the karma, that is called kamya karma. And nishit karma, or those which should not be done by any person, like they are called forbidden deeds. Or for the other types of karma is prayashchit karma, like if a person realizes his or her mistakes and he does not want to repeat it again, so that he'll be saved from the sin, whatever the papa has to be experienced by his or him. So to for doing those things, doing the karmas in respect of those things, they are called atonement karma or prayashchit karma. So according to this philosophy, the liberation concept is like it is a state of soul in its own form, free from all sorrows, getting free from all sorrows, according to Kumaril Bhatt. He is one of the commentator uh, for this Vaisheshik philosophy. So this is the end of Vaisheshik philosophy. The Vedant philosophy is also called Uttar Mimamsa. It is it that does not, as I said, it is the end part. Like Vedanta is the end parts of Vedas, that is Upanishads. So Upanishads are also called as Vedanta philosophy. They also come under this Vedanta philosophy. So here the main purpose is to show the uniformity in the teachings of Upanishads and to reveal their real intention. This particular philosophy has been come. Originator is Badrayana. So for Vedanta, as I said in previously when we were discussing Upanishads, there were different schools that were being emerged from this particular Vedanta philosophies. So from like different sections, different schools have been come with according to the way of the particular, like how they treated Brahma and soul in this particular philosophy. From those things, different sects have been come. Advaita, Visishtadvaita, Beda, Beda, Dvaita, Advaita, Dvaita Vedanta, Shuddha Advaita. So you have to remember what exactly is all these, what are the different all these names, and who is the originator or who is the preacher of this particular sect of, like for Advaita, who is the head, like who is the author or who is the proponent of it, Shankaracharya. Vishishta Advaita, Ramanujacharya. Veda Veda, Bhaskaracharya. Dvaita Advaita, Nimbakacharya. Dvaita Vedant, it is Madhvacharya. And Shuddha Advaita, it is Vallabhacharya. So according to each and every sect, there are some particular qualities are there. So according to Acharya Shankar, he says that Brahma is only true entity in this world, and all other world is false. Like only Brahma is a true and all the world is false. So all whatever the entities that are being present, they're all false. Only Brahma is true according to Acharya Shankara. And Acharya Ramanujacharya says that speciality of the Brahma is that he is not formless. He is form. He also he is not formless and formless like Shankara's Brahma. Like how he says that only Brahma is present, is he can't be seen. He does not have any form here. Whatever present in this world, it is just Brahma. There is nothing other like Atma or whatever the other things we called as. There are no such things. But according to Ramanujacharya, he does not say that Brahma is formless like Shankaracharya says, but he has some qualities here that like element is soul, unconscious element is world. So this is manifested in the form of conscious soul and inanimate world. So there is a soul here. Ramanujacharya accepting Atma and this world also. He's not saying that Brahma is formless. So these are the, it has some specific qualities. These are the specific qualities that were being present in with the Brahma according to Ramanujacharya. According to Madhvacharya, he is saying that Brahma's powers is of two types. Like independent power is with God, and dependence power is like ruling this world is the dependence power. So here he is accepting two things. And according to Nimbakacharya, he says that three substances are eternal in this world. universe, that is Brahma, who is nothing but God. And all these three are eternal. They are always present. And the second one is mind element, the soul. And the third one is inanimate substance, Achit Tattva, that is world here, the world that is been present. All these three things are eternal according to Nimbakacharya. And according to Vallabhacharya, he says that being the living being and the world, both the world and this living being, both are the results of Brahma, both are the forms of Brahma only. So whatever it is there, that is called as Brahma. Both, according to Vallabhacharya, both living being and world, both are eternal like Brahma. So according to this philosophy, the salvation is to get free from all the sorrows, all the bondages of the world, even from the cycle of transformation, that is birth cycle, death cycle. Getting relief from getting liberated from all these things is concept of salvation according to them. According regarding for the reason of bondage, what is the reason of bondage? According to Ramanujacharya, it is saying that soul become bound, soul gets bondaged or get arrested because of the past deeds that are being done in the previous births or deaths. So what are the means of salvation according to him? Bhakti and Prapti. So through Bhakti and through Prapti, one can attain salvation according to Ramanujacharya. So this Prapti, Prapap, Prapapti has three things, six things. These are the six things that are being present here, like to think, act, resolve in favor of God. If one is thinking, acting, and resolving, working, thinking, acting in the favor of God, and not having any such thoughts against God, any thoughts or resolution against God, having complete God's protection, faith in God's protection, pray for God's pray God for mercy and protection, completely surrendering to God and gratitude towards God. If one is having these six things along with bhakti, then one can attain salvation according to this particular Vedanta philosophy. So, in this Vedanta philosophy, you have to remember these six concepts, the six sects, and who are the proponents of those six sects, and it's very important. So, this is the end of your Shat Darshan class. We will have taken 5 minutes because in between interruptions were been there. So, we'll with another topic. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation and sorry for the interruption for the today. We'll meet tomorrow. Join the next class. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.